So what is up, everyone? Let's get into 7-8 July 8 market recap. So basically, today was actually good at the start of the session. Then it eventually got poor. So I took one loss on my new 25k Lucid Flex evaluation. I lost around $180. Just kind of a big loss, to be honest, because I just took one micro. I wanted to initially risk $125, but uh, it eventually turned out to be $180. But that's fine. It's fine because it's just $1. I mean, one one lot. So, and also I have like 10. If I take 10 losing trades in a row, I'm gonna blow this account. Even if I risk around around 180, I won't say that, but yeah. So basically, that's the thing. I want to risk 125 to $150. That's the max limit. So it's just a bit over. That's fine. Let's just focus on taking A plus setups. So Wednesday, what we had was we had a really good, really big fair value gap right here with the fair value area. Similarly, so honestly, I wanted to see lower prices in generally because we had monthly fair value gap and everything. But the way the price was it was disrespecting this fair value gap. So it's giving us an opportunity. Okay, look, we have this London highs. We could take that London highs and push lower. That's the bias for me now because price disrespected this 1 hour fair value gap. It created internal 30-minute fair value gaps. So basically, I wanted to see price do this scenario honestly. Come here. First, I wanted to see it test the fair value area. So basically, the fair value area was somewhere around here. Price tested it and it closed. I mean, it was somewhere around here. Price tested it and closed above it. Okay, so basically, the fair value area is not in the mood right now. The thing is down. Look, the last line of defense is our London highs, which I have marked, which looks pretty nice to sweep and move over. And similarly on ES, we had this 4 hour fair value gap that looks beautiful, right? It looks absolutely beautiful. So I wanted to see price move over there, and if I get a 15-minute fair value gap that could push price higher, or any fair value gap that could push price higher into this drawn, like this was my drawn liquidity at the start of the session, NY session. Okay, so I wanted to see price move here, and it was so close. I wanted to see the closest speed area push. So basically, at that point of time, what I had was at this candle closure at this 30-minute fair value gap. I didn't have an hourly fair value gap at that time. Okay, maybe, yeah, maybe I had this, but this is a big breakaway gap which I will not ever expect price to reach to push higher. Okay, so the only thing that I have that was really valid was this 15-minute fair value gap. The third candle was also beautifully respecting both the arrays, so it was really nice for me to see this 15-minute fair value gap right here. So honestly, let me show you. So basically, what I did was I was looking for price to come into. Okay, I'll show this card. This was how price was looking. Okay, I wanted to see price actually come to this 30-minute fair value, but I couldn't take a trade here because we are rejecting of the fair value area. So I waited, and I saw this 15-minute fair value gap as a good narrative. Drawn liquidity London highs. Here we had a 4 hour fair value gap, which is also really nice. Agreed upon drawn liquidity for ES. So price was giving me everything to move higher. We had this liquidity, we swept this liquidity, and this is a strong low. We had this liquidity that price has had to sweep, and we had this liquidity that price had to sweep in this. So we basically came lower and we did all this sweep. Okay, we did all this sweep. We had a 3 minute fair value gap. We inversed it. We gave a CISD and everything. And I tried to enter at this 3 minute IFVG, and I was targeting 1 to 1. So basically, one of the cleanest trades. I would take it 10 out of 10 times. Followed all my rules. Everything was correct. So and the probabilities played out. So the probabilities played out in the sense the first trade was not in our favor, but that's not a bad thing. honestly. Let's just keep pushing. The only thing that I'm today is I'm proud that I took this trade because this is a really valid trade. Only I would have regretted for not taking this trade, and I would have been bad at I annoyed if this trade went to the TP. So I took this trade. I didn't have any bad mistakes. To be honest, I kept checking it again and again, and there was nothing really wrong with this trade. So that was it. Okay. So that was the trade. After that, what happened is price. Okay, this was really pissing me off, the fact that we had this movie came here, and this candle was really nice. Okay, it's honestly really nice. Then price kept dumping and pushing. Honestly, I'm taking my first futures trade, a proper futures trade today, and at the market open, the candles kept fluctuating so hard. The real time data is scary because it updates the candle every microsecond. You basically see this candle not just once move one time 1 second, but it moves multiple times a second. Okay, so that was funny as well. Okay, that's fine. This trade is took the L, but which is fine. Then what actually happened is price didn't even reject off this 1 hour fair value gap. Okay, it rejected off the bottom 30-minute fair value gap. So which is kind of strange, but honestly, if I were to catch, I wouldn't have taken this trade because we had this resistance running into us. So honestly, I would just. But the entry was nice. I came into the fair value gap. We did a good SMT at this point, and 5 minute sharp turn we did. Did we have any 15-minute PDRS? No. Okay, so basically the 5 minutes the largest resistance we had, and we did a sharp turn, price retrace and move higher. So basically I could have taken a trade at this point, SL below this. Take profit would have been 1:1, which would be the opposing 30-minute fair value gap, right? Yeah, we have one here. So probably something like this. It's actually really nice, to be honest. Okay, this is actually good. But that trade was really good. That trade and this trade are almost similar. This is like 30 minute and 5 minute. The same thing happened in this 15 minute and stuff. Maybe this, yeah. So that's fine. I expected these liquidities to get cleared when price take this London high. So honestly, really not a bad trade. So let's move on to UNGU. So UNGU, we had this SMT into 4 hour fair value gap. I was bullish. At the my first scenario is, if this 15-minute fair value gap gets inversed that we had here, we are just gonna be bullish. So we had that CISD, I was bullish. But what happened is, as I took the trade in that, I was not like looking at this that much. But price actually gave us something to take, honestly. But the thing was, it was very, very much like consolidating. That 50-minute fair value gap would be this one right here. Okay, so price actually did a lot of shit inside this manipulation and the consolidation. Then we manipulated into this 30-minute fair value gap plus fair value and pushed higher. So which is nice to see. Honestly, if I were there, I probably would have just took an entry at this 50-minute fair value gap and got stopped out. But honestly, this was also not a bad trade, to be honest. But we have this catch up trade. Honestly, this looks really nice because this 30-minute fair value gap. We have this 5 minute opposing us. We had price coming to this respect this, and at this candle we broke above this rejection high, telling yeah, bro, we are not gonna respect this entry here, and 1 to 1, or probably wait for price to do a bit retracement and like do a, or even try to target a bit more once we had this. Anything would have worked. This also was an A plus trade that I'm gonna check. Yeah, so that's it for the day. So I'm not like sad because I took a loss. In my because this account I got it as for free. This one is a free account that I won in a giveaway, so it's nothing like no money in the line. Even if it there was a $70 in the line, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'll just keep doing this because the strategy works. You just need to keep executing discipline. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.